We've got a big injury update from this game that just happened last night against the Philadelphia Eagles. As you guys know, Kyle Shanahan meets with local media, has a press conference after every single game to give some minor updates, typically injury related and other topics that are on the reporter's mind. And so today we have some pretty decent sized injuries that popped up and some surprises, so we're going to get through them all right now. And it starts with 49ers defensive tackle Arik Armstead, who is dealing with a foot and knee issue, and the impact is currently TBD. So this is going to be a very, very interesting situation to monitor because, as we know, Arik Armstead, he didn't practice on Wednesday and Thursday of last week. He put in a limited participation on Friday, and we know he played. After hearing from Arik Armstead after the game, it sounds like it was still bothering him, and he was definitely playing through pain. And it sounds like he might have an additional injury because I believe it was just a foot before, but now we are seeing it reported from Kyle Shanahan as a knee. And the fact that they currently don't have a timetable for how long he could be out is going to be interesting to see. So we will continue to monitor Arik Armstead's status throughout the week. Obviously, as it stands right now, he's not trending very well for Wednesday's practice, but we will keep you looped in on what's going on. This is where we get our first kind of big injury report from today. Tight end Ross Dwelley has a high ankle sprain and is expected to miss multiple weeks. So that's going to be an interesting situation for the San Francisco 49ers. However, they do roster 4 tight ends. So maybe this is a time where we see the rookie Braden Willis, the 7th round draft pick out of Oklahoma, maybe get some action. I don't think he's been active for a game at all this year. And it has been primarily Ross Dwelley and Charlie Warner. And in particularly, mostly Charlie Warner backing up George Kittle. And so that kind of transitioned into the question of, well, Zack Ertz was released by the Cardinals last week. Could that be a possible person of interest for the San Francisco 49ers? Matt Barrows is reporting that Kyle Shanahan indicated that general manager John Lynch has looked into Ertz, but that, quote, I haven't heard anything now, so I don't think so at this time, but I have a lot of respect for him as a player. I've always been a fan. So nothing imminent. That doesn't mean they aren't talking. He is non-committal on kind of Zack Ertz and the 49ers potentially talking about much. Obviously, he alludes that Lynch has looked into it. So it could be an option. It really could. And that will be an interesting option for the San Francisco 49ers, just due to the fact that if you're out Ross Dwelley, and we know how much the San Francisco 49ers utilize 2 tight end sets, could that be a situation where Zack Ertz is attracted? Obviously, he wouldn't be the focal point from a receiving tight end standpoint because that would go to George Kittle. But having George Kittle and Zack Ertz on the field at the same time might not be that bad. So we'll see what comes of that. But as of right now, nothing imminent, according to Kyle Shanahan. And as we continue to work through the injury updates, defensive back Darrell Luter Jr., who was just activated a couple weeks ago from the PUP after missing all of training camp and preseason and the regular season. He's made some plays on special teams, but he is expected to miss some time with a hamstring issue. Don't know if that's a week, 2 weeks, something we will have to continue to monitor moving forward. So a bit of an injury to the cornerback depth. Now, this one is going to be another one to be very interesting to monitor. I told you this is a longer injury report than I was expecting today. Offensive lineman Spencer Burford is dealing with a different knee issue. He is considered day to day, but he missed time with a knee issue not too long ago against the Seattle Seahawks. He was able to return against the Philadelphia Eagles, and he played the whole game. But apparently he has a different knee issue. But the good sign is he is considered day to day. So that's a big injury report. I was not expecting that big of an injury report coming out of the press conference today. But we will see how this progresses and what the San Francisco 49ers ultimately do moving forward. Obviously, don't forget that Ray McCloud is dealing with a rib. His status has not been revealed for this week, so it'll be very interesting to see what ultimately happens with Ray, if he's able to come back or not. But hey, the San Francisco 49ers tried to get out of Philly healthy. I think all things considered, nothing too serious. Obviously, we got to wait and see what's going on with Arik Armstead. And of course, we have to see if the San Francisco 49ers will make any additional signings at tight end. I think that's the biggest thing that we got to look for, because Cameron Latu cannot come off IR. He's done for the year. So the 49ers will likely be making a roster move at tight end. It's just which tight end will that be? Will it be Zack Ertz? Will it be someone else? Not really sure, but those are the questions that we now have for the beginning of this week. And now that is what we will be looking out for and monitoring throughout the rest of the week. So let me know what you guys think of all of these updates. There's a whole bunch of them. Oh man, I hate, honestly, maybe hate's a strong word. I just, I love Victory Mondays. Victory Mondays are such a good time for us to just kind of vibe out, enjoy the win. Always unfortunate when we have some injuries to report on. Hopefully, again, nothing is too serious with any of these. It'll be interesting to see if the 49ers opt to put Ross Dwelley on injured reserve, because that would open up a roster spot and they wouldn't have to cut or release anyone. So that kind of feels like where the 49ers are headed right now. So we'll see. We'll see if there's any additional roster moves. We'll see if anyone's gets shifted to IR. It'll be very interesting dynamic as we continue to move through this week. And of course, as you guys know, the 49ers have bird team number 3, the Seattle Seahawks, again, will be at Levi's Stadium. So the 49ers have a really strong opportunity to wrap up the West this weekend and put a bow on it, essentially, with a sweep of the Seahawks. So we'll see. And some random news. Reuben Foster working out with the Miami Dolphins. Obviously, he has 49ers ties. You got a lot of old 49ers staff and players over in Miami. And so Reuben Foster has been playing in the XFL, actually working out for the Dolphins. Be interesting to see if he gets a second shot and a shot with some former staffs that were on the San Francisco 49ers when he was drafted. So let me know what you guys think about all this. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.